Welcome to Rethink, the podcast that empowers you to challenge your existing beliefs and embrace new, more productive ways of thinking. Here at Rethink, we believe that the key to self-fulfillment lies in shattering old thought patterns and adopting new mindsets that support personal growth and empowerment. With expert guests and thought leaders from a wide range of fields, we explore strategies and insights that can help you achieve success and fulfillment in all areas of your life. From relationships to career, business ownership, and health, you are the source of your own success. We're just here to help you tap into your true potential and create a brighter future. So join us on the journey of personal growth and empowerment, and let's rethink what's possible for our lives. Let's rewind to something that you have likely heard 1,000 times at a minimum, and that is to be grateful. Gratitude. It's printed on mugs and it's written on journals and hashtag, of course, probably on most popular social media platforms. Different though, what I want to do today is take a little bit deeper. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good practice, something to make you feel good about yourself or a morning routine add-on. It's actually one of the most powerful, energetic alignments available to us. You can tap into this if you take this seriously. It took me a while to truly understand this, but it's one of the most powerful, energetic alignments available to us. And since we're talking about alignment, frequency, and vibration, this is really, really key today. So I'm going to ask you to really hone in on what I'm saying. Most people are using it like it's a decorative pillow or some sort of ornament, for your Christmas tree. It's just one of those things, when it actually should be more foundational. It should be more foundational, like visualization, meditation, gratitude should be those foundational core elements to your spiritual practice. So let me give you an example in terms of everyday life. Think of a person who's genuinely grateful for his or her work, for their relationships, and even for their lives. You feel that energy when they walk into the room and they're grounded, they're generous, they're open, they're transparent. And now you can compare that to someone who's always looking at what's missing. Maybe you're that person. I've been that person, looking at what's wrong and what's not here yet. The contrast is night and day. The energies are night and day. What is magnetic, the other is very much repelling. So when I first started my own inner work, I had a list of goals. I've talked about it here a number of times. I had not only a vision board, but I just had this map, this thing in my head that I stayed connected to and things I wanted to accomplish. I did affirmations, but it wasn't until I integrated what I'm talking to you about now, gratitude. I integrated real embodied gratitude that things started to change for me. I started to feel differently. I've heard it said and believe it's true that once you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. This is not just surface type gratitude, not I'm thankful for this cup of coffee, or I'm thankful for your car or your home, which I'm sure you are, but it's deeper. It's more intentional. It is an intentional appreciation that is turned into a actual lifestyle. So one biblical scripture that comes to mind is, in all things, give thanks. Now, not necessarily for all things, because we go through some things that we could consider bad or negative, or even if you're in that mode of thinking evil. But the truth of the matter is everything's relative. So when I started thinking or thanking rather the universe for the things that hadn't even happened yet, I watch them actually show up. And that's what we're talking about, manifestation. You start to thank Source, God, the universe, for things hasn't even shown up yet, but you have the wherewithal to know. Notice I'm not using words like faith and belief and trust and hope. Those are different vibrations, but you just know that that this is who you are now. And these are things that the person who you have become simply has. And so you begin to be thankful for them. You begin to be thankful for them. This is the type of gratitude that we're talking about today in this episode. So that long introduction is a way of me saying welcome, guys, into the podcast. We are talking gratitude today. And some days this conversation is really hard to swallow. Why? Because some days we feel like we're being swallowed up by our environment, by our current circumstances, by the people around us. And so when I start talking about gratitude and things to be grateful for, it's easy for your mind to say to you, what do you really have to be thankful for? I want to help you, before we get started, to avoid that trap. Why? Number one, you have everything to be thankful for. You are alive. You can hear. You have some level of resource, some level of cognitive intelligence. There's so many things that you have that others do not, or you didn't have to have. Remember, your bottom is somebody else's top. There are plenty of people who would trade lives with you today. I know you think your job is not the greatest, but there are so many people who are looking for work every day. I know you think your relationship's not the greatest, but there are plenty of people who would love to have someone to spend their lives with. Maybe you're not super satisfied with the way you look in terms of your weight, etc., but you are in a body that is alive. There's so many people that are in hospitals and hospice and different types of homes and medical facilities where they would love to be able to get out and take a walk just for another day. So be thankful for who, where, and what you are. Now, it doesn't mean you have to be satisfied and you have to stay there. Those are two very different things. But gratitude is the launching pad. Gratitude is the launching pad. My grandfather used to tell me when I was a kid, and of course, this is older terminology. So my grandfather used to say, I remember when I got my first car, and as a young man, a young boy, really, you don't really know much of anything. And taking care of stuff wasn't something that was high on my priority. You know, young guys, the reason why our insurance is so high is because we tend to be reckless. And my grandfather used to tell me all the time, he said, the Lord is not going to bless you with anything more until you learn to take care of what you have. Every time I came home from college, the first thing he would ask me is, have I changed the oil in my car and how's my car? He was very concerned about my mode of transportation because he was much wiser than me. He knew that was my primary means of transportation. And if that went away, then I'm going to have problems, which of course it did because I didn't take care of stuff. But gratitude, back to where we were. Gratitude is what we're talking about today. So you picked a really good day to join the podcast. I want to, as always, welcome you in. Have a seat. Make sure that you subscribe so you don't, if you're new, make sure you subscribe so you don't forget who we are and where we are. Old timers, welcome back, guys. We are on day 13. We're on day 13 of our walk toward 30 days of monetization, manifestation. We're going to end up at a place of complete gratitude. Why? Because we will have built a revenue stream around our passion, our life's work. That is what this 30 days is about. If you go through this 30 days, you're going to be empowered to the point where you won't be able to say anymore that you don't have the tools you need in order to create the life that you want, specifically around your passion. We're going to identify your passion, the work that you do, opportunity for you to be fulfilled, plus create some revenue around all that. Okay, that's what we're doing. So welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Ways to support the podcast. I'm glad you asked. Look in the show notes. Please, we need more of you to click the links down there and support the podcast. It will really help us out. Make sure that if you think this is someone that you know could help, this information could help someone that you know, send it to them. Family member, friend, loved one, an associate. Doesn't really matter. Don't bang them across the head with it. That's not what we're here for. If it's something that you think will be helpful to someone and it's good information, it's work for you, please Be kind. Help us to extend our footprint and share it with someone that you know. All right, guys, let's get rocking and rolling. What's the opportunity for today? Most people miss this, so listen very carefully. Gratitude isn't just an emotion. It's actually a signal. Now, we started talking about signals in the last podcast. And what I want you to begin to envision yourself as more of a lighthouse, more of a beacon. You are the signal, meaning the ships are looking for you, right? They're drawn to the lighthouse, the beacon, the thing that's pulling to it instead of going for it. You create the frequency, you create the vibration, and God knows I'm talking as much as to myself as I am to you as I'm going through this in my mind. We create the signal. We are the signal. So you wake up in the morning and your first thoughts are about lack or stress or anxiety or not enough or, what do you think's happening? What are you broadcasting into the world immediately? And you have to be cognizant of it the night before. You have to be cognizant of it now in order to avoid this because it's happened to me. It's even happened to me when I know better. Why? Because it is a habitual thing. It is habitual. It's a habit. It's something you've done over the years. You're not going to just break it one day, but you can drive out that nail by driving in a new nail. We want new energy. Why? Because like energy attracts like energy. And if you're thinking from scarcity and lack, you're only going to attract more of that. Abraham has said so many times, and I believe it's true, the primary thing for you as a manifestor, as a creator, is how do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? All day, every day, check in with yourself. How do you feel? How am I feeling? What am I projecting? If I'm a signal, what am I throwing out there? Okay? People treat gratitude like an afterthought, similar to what we discussed with imagination, and not so much a practice. And by doing so, it obviously delays manifestation. If you want financial breakthroughs, then, stop feeling broke. If you want love, then stop focusing on being alone. It's so easy to see what you don't have. That tends to be our default modus operandi, right? Even when I would accomplish things in my life, and I feel like I've accomplished a decent amount, I immediately go to the next thing. I would immediately go to the next thing. And it was my wife who told me years ago, she said, you don't take the time to appreciate what you've accomplished before you focus and you're heading on to the next task. Celebrate yourself, celebrate the situation, feel gratitude for where you are, what you've come through. And yes, you're going to go on to the next challenge. Okay, that's fine. But feel gratitude for the space in which you hold right now. If you want opportunity, then start the day in an opportunist mindset, not in dread. So when you learn to tune your energy toward appreciation, what you can do is open the door to more experiences that you can appreciate. Now, here's the tough part. Here's where you have to convince yourself that this is worth at least trying for 30 days. Why do I say it that way? Well, chances are that you have situations going on right now in your life that you're not super psyched about, let alone grateful for. Let's just be honest. You're in a job situation that you rather not be in. You're in a relationship situation that you'd rather not be in, or you can't seem to get a relationship. You're in a health situation that you can't figure out. Things are on the external, they seem to be problematic. And Kelly, that's going to make it really hard for me to establish a feeling of gratitude. I get it. Recently, I've not been in a mental place where I thought I would be given what I know and my life to this point, but at the end of the day, I believe that everybody's where they're supposed to be. There are no coincidences. And universe gives us opportunity to learn lessons perhaps over and over again. And it's up to us. But the other thing is, you can still give thanks because you have to identify the things that you do have, because you do have some really, really awesome things in your life. Now, while your health situation is not really where you want it to be, you've got some wonderful people around you. You've somehow been able to survive all this time. And perhaps you've got some wonderful medical advice, and you actually have health insurance or whatever the case may be to help you pay your bills. Okay. And there's life also, that part of it. Perhaps you don't necessarily have a car and it's really hot outside and I have to catch the bus. I really wish I had a car. I'd be so grateful if I had a car. Listen, you have resources enough to ride a bus. You have somewhere to go. You have healthy limbs and legs and things like that. Let's find the things that we can be grateful for. Oh, yeah. And also, you have life. You have life for another day. So let's dig deep and find the things that we can be grateful for. Let's adapt a daily gratitude practice. How do we do that? I'm glad you asked. Here's step one. Step one, start your morning with appreciation. I don't care how you feel when you roll out the bed. Start it with appreciation. Before you start looking at your phone, name three things. It's really country. I just heard myself. Name three things that you're grateful for. You don't have to write these down. I'm saying in your mind, because that's where the battle is going on. That's where you can immediately stop the momentum of negative thoughts and imagery. In your mind, begin to be thankful for these things. Even if it's the name of your three kids, or your wife and your two kids, or your husband and your dog and your kid, whatever it is, three things before you put your feet on the ground. Step number two, shift from a generic to a specific. Okay, what does that mean? Instead of saying I'm grateful for life, for example, say I'm grateful for the quiet 10 minutes that I have to breathe before the day starts. Be specific. Be specific about what you're grateful for. I'm grateful for my wife who continually supports me and loves me on a regular basis. I am grateful for my children who continually support me and give me love on a regular basis. I am grateful for the home that I live in, that is warm when it's cold outside, that is cool when it's hot outside, and these sorts of things. I'm grateful for. This is what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that I have really good friends that I can depend on in case I need anything. I'm grateful that I have the activity of my limbs and I'm able to see this beautiful, beautiful world. I am so grateful. This is the way we start our day. Step number three, feel it and don't fake it. Now, it's going to be tough. You're going to have to motivate yourself into this, particularly if you're dealing with some things. Pick the things that actually spark emotional responses from you. Things that are very personal, your family, your kids, your partner, your wife, your husband. Some of us are very close with our pets. Your body needs to feel that sense of gratitude. Perhaps your parents are older and you're just so grateful that you still have them in your life. Why? One, because a lot of people don't. And two, they bring value. They bring value, and you value them in a different way now as you're older versus when you were younger. Step number four, use gratitude in the present and the future tense. You can say things like, I'm so grateful for what's coming. Speaking those things into existence. Speaking those things that are not as though they were. I'm grateful for what's already on the way. Pulling that thing to you. You don't have to go out and get it. You just attract it to you. That's step number four. And step number five is reflect each night. Reflect each night. End the day by asking yourself, what went right today? Where did I grow? Because you had a good day. What went right today? Ask yourself that question. It's so easy to say what went wrong or to reimagine the things that didn't go great for you that day. But at night, do like Neville Goddard said, revise it. What went really right for me today? Where did I grow? This gratitude practice can help you become the signal to the universe that says, listen, I'm ready, I'm aligned, I trust, I know, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. All right. Those are your daily practices. I want you to listen to those over again and write them down in your journal so that you can remind yourself to do them. The more that you practice gratitude, the more you can stay tuned in your life that way. Tune your life to the frequency of abundance. Tune your life to the frequency of that thing that you actually are looking for, the thing that you want. You deserve it and you will have it. Stop waiting to feel good. Stop waiting to feel good. Start feeling good. Start feeling good. Stop waiting to feel good. Start feeling good. You can do that. And when you feel good, you can create better, attract more, and you can stay centered in your power. Refuse to go to the other side of the coin. Refuse to do the other. I refuse to spend my whole day with a negative attitude. I refuse to spend my whole day not feeling good. Okay? Let's summarize 5 daily practices to integrate for gratitude. Number 1, we're going to start the day with those 3 specific things we said. 3 things before our feet hit the floor that we're thankful for. You can say them out loud if you want to, but definitely repeat them in your mind. Number 2, let's create a gratitude jar. Drop in a note daily. Write something down. I'm grateful for my car. I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful for my health. Whatever it is, put it in the gratitude jar. Step number 3, send 1 thank you message or voice note per day. Send 1 thank you message. That can be to someone else or it can be to yourself. Send 1 each day or a voice note per day. Step number 4, write, I'm grateful for what's on the way. Write it 5 times. That's anticipation of what is to come. You're certain and you know that good things are on the way. And then lastly, let's reflect on 1 lesson that you're thankful for, even if it came through struggle. Struggles have meaning and purpose. Obstacles are there for a reason. Yes, to overcome, but 2, so that you can look back on and say, listen, that was a lesson for me to learn here. It's not just for you all the time. Your life really isn't for you. It's for those around you. It's for you to give that information away to help someone else who could be coming behind you. Okay? All right, guys. So that is day 13. It is gratitude. Gratitude as a magnetic practice. You can become magnetic. Remember, you want to become the signal. You're going to pull these things to you. You are the signal. You are the beacon. You are the lighthouse. Again, go back and listen to the podcast over and share, like, and subscribe. Make sure you share this with someone that you believe this could help. I know that it is helping you. So thank you, guys. Thank you for supporting the podcast. I'll see you again on tomorrow. That's all for today's episode of Rethink. We hope that you've enjoyed this exploration of new ideas and perspectives and found valuable insights and strategies that you can apply to your life. Remember, you are the source of your own success and fulfillment. And by embracing new ways of thinking, you can unlock your true potential and yes, create the life that you truly desire. Now, if you've enjoyed this episode, we encourage you to support the podcast by sharing it with your friends, your family members, your loved ones, and associates, and even your followers on social media. Also, leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Lastly, don't forget to check out our show notes for free downloads and empowering ebooks that can help you on your journey of personal growth and empowerment. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We look forward to exploring more ideas and insights with you in the next episode of Rethink.